When you think of Amish-style furniture, what comes to mind? For most, it's the beauty of simplicity, the clean lines, the robust, handcrafted quality, and that sense of timelessness. Amish furniture is more than just functional. It's a work of art, built to last for generations. It's furniture that doesn't just serve a purpose, it becomes part of the story of your home. Strong, durable, and endlessly charming, Amish-style furniture has a way of blending into any setting, whether it's a modern loft or a cozy farmhouse. But there's something even more special about the furniture we're going to build today. It's going to be made from reclaimed materials. Reclaimed wood, salvaged from old barns and buildings, has a beauty all its own. Each board carries a history, a unique character that new wood just can't replicate. And it's not just about aesthetics. Using reclaimed materials is about embracing sustainability, reducing waste, and creating something that's truly one of a kind. And that's exactly what we're going to do today. We're going to take these reclaimed pieces of wood with a past, and turn them into a stunning Amish-style dining table, combining the timeless beauty of Amish craftsmanship with the unique charm of reclaimed materials. These are the kinds of pieces that tell a story. Each one is as unique as the materials it's made from, and today, you'll see how easy it is to create your own masterpiece. So whether you're a seasoned DIYer or someone just starting their woodworking journey, stick around, because we're about to dive into a project that combines style, sustainability, and craftsmanship in a way that will leave you inspired. Before we dive into the building process, let's talk about inspiration. The beauty of Amish-style furniture lies in its simplicity, a design philosophy that focuses on function, craftsmanship, and timeless elegance. But every great piece of furniture starts with the right materials. These boards you see here were once part of an old barn that stood tall for over a century, weathering storms, supporting livestock, and carrying the weight of generations. Each piece carries with it a story, a history that's embedded in every knot and every grain. It's the story of hard work, of time, and of life lived slowly and deliberately. This reclaimed wood is more than just material, it's a piece of history, and it's perfect for the kind of furniture we're going to create today. You see, Amish-style furniture is rooted in a philosophy of simplicity. The lines are clean, the forms are functional, and there's an overwhelming focus on craftsmanship, no bells and whistles, just solid wood and skillful hands. When you build a piece like this, it's not just about the finished product. It's about honoring the craftsmanship and values of those who have come before us. So, what piece are we building today? I've chosen a classic, an Amish-inspired dining table. Why this table? Because it's more than just a surface for meals, it's where memories are made. Birthdays, holidays, long conversations, quiet mornings. This table will serve a purpose, but it will also embody those principles of simplicity and functionality that are at the core of Amish craftsmanship. Notice the clean lines and the solid, simple form. There's no unnecessary decoration. Instead, we're focusing on the materials and how each joint and piece of wood comes together. That's the Amish way. Every detail, no matter how small, is given thoughtful attention. Now let's dive into how we bring this vision to life. Before we start cutting and assembling, it's crucial to have the right tools for the job. Don't worry, you don't need a full workshop to make this happen. Let me walk you through the essentials. First up, this is your bread and butter, a circular saw. Whether you're cutting long boards or trimming edges, this tool will be your best friend. A table saw is great if you've got the space, but a circular saw is versatile and does the job just fine for most cuts. Next, you'll need a good drill, not just for making holes, but for driving screws and attaching your pieces together. A set of drill bits is essential for creating tight, secure joints. Speaking of joints, let's talk about clamps. You can never have too many clamps. They're going to hold your pieces in place while you work, ensuring that everything stays nice and square while your glue dries or your screws go in. And don't forget the sander, specifically a random orbital sander. This is what's going to smooth down your surface, getting rid of rough edges and any imperfections, while revealing the gorgeous natural texture beneath the grime and old finish. It's the difference between a rough piece of wood and a finely finished work of art. So with your tools ready, let's take a closer look at the heart of this project, the reclaimed wood itself. I've gathered several pieces of old barn wood. This wood was once part of a barn that stood for over 100 years, and you can see the character it's developed over time, the deep, rich grains, the visible nail holes, and those weathered edges. This is the kind of wood that tells a story. The beauty is in its imperfections. Each piece of this wood has a distinct character, and that's what's going to give our furniture that authentic Amish-style look. You can see the grain running through the wood in different directions, which is going to give our table a ton of character. We'll be cutting it into wide panels for the tabletop and using thicker beams for the legs, making sure that every part of this table highlights the original texture and beauty of the wood. Now let's talk about finishing. One of the most important parts of this project is preserving the wood's natural beauty. Amish-style furniture isn't about hiding the wood. It's about showcasing it. I'll be using a mix of natural oils and stains to highlight the grain and bring out the depth of the wood's patina. First, I'll apply a wood conditioner to ensure the stain goes on evenly. Then, a rich dark stain will give the wood a deep, timeless look. To finish it, we'll apply a clear wax that will protect the surface while adding a soft sheen that brings out the wood's natural luster. This finishing process will not only protect the table, but also ensure that every imperfection, the nail hole, the slight crack, the weathered surface, becomes a part of the overall aesthetic. These aren't flaws. They're the very thing that make your piece unique and full of character. Now that we have our materials and tools ready, it's time to transform these reclaimed boards into something beautiful, sturdy, and truly functional. The first step in any woodworking project is preparation. You'll want to inspect each piece of wood carefully, making sure you're selecting the right boards for the right parts of the piece. I've chosen thicker boards for the legs and wider, flatter panels for the tabletop, each piece selected for both strength and beauty. Next, we'll need to cut our pieces to size. First, I measure twice, then cut once. Precision is key here. These cuts will form the foundation of the table, and we want everything to be as straight and accurate as possible to ensure a seamless assembly later. Now, it's time to sand. Reclaimed wood can be rough. Often it's been through years of wear and tear, but sanding is where the magic happens. You want to start with a coarse grit to remove any major imperfections, like splinters or rough spots, and then work your way up to a finer grit to smooth the surface. But remember, you don't want to oversand. We're preserving the character of this wood, so don't be afraid to leave a little of that aged look in place. As I sand, I'm also cleaning the wood. You want to get rid of any dust, dirt, or old finishes that might have been left behind. You can use a tack cloth or a damp rag to wipe everything down, ensuring a clean surface for the finishing touches. Now comes the construction phase, where all your hard work pays off. We're going to start by assembling the frame. For a truly durable Amish-style piece, we'll use traditional joinery techniques, specifically mortise and tenon joints. This method is known for its strength and longevity, which is exactly what we want. These joints create a strong bond between the pieces of wood, ensuring the table will stand the test of time. For the mortise, I use a drill and chisel to remove the excess wood. For the tenon, I carefully cut the end of the leg to fit snugly into the mortise. This takes a little patience, but trust me, it's worth the effort. When done right, these joints will hold the structure together without the need for screws or nails, just wood on wood. Once we've got the joints cut, we can start assembling the frame. I'll use wood glue for extra strength and then clamp everything together while it dries. This will ensure the pieces stay aligned and secure during assembly. Remember, Amish-style furniture isn't about shortcuts. It's about making sure every joint is perfect and every piece is built to last. With the frame complete, it's time to add the tabletop. I'm going to attach the panels using wood glue and screws, making sure everything is flush and aligned. You want the tabletop to sit perfectly in place, with no gaps between the boards. This is where attention to detail really counts. We're going for a smooth, clean line, with no wobbling or shifting. The last step in this phase is checking for any final adjustments. Before you call your project done, take a step back and inspect your work. Make sure everything is square and level, no wobbly legs, no crooked edges. This is where that precision really shines. The more time you spend now getting everything right, the more satisfying it will be when you see the finished piece in your home. Now that our piece is assembled, we're down to the final transformative step, finishing. This is where all the hard work really pays off. With Amish-style furniture, the goal is to highlight the natural beauty of the wood, not mask it. So I'm starting with a rich stain to bring out the deep tones in the wood, giving it that timeless, elegant finish. You'll want to apply the stain with a cloth or brush, working it into the wood in the direction of the grain. Let it soak in for a few minutes, then wipe off the excess. The stain enhances the wood's character, bringing out every knot, every weathered edge, and every bit of history it's carried. Each swipe of the cloth reveals more of the story the wood has to tell. But we're not done yet. To protect this beauty and ensure the piece lasts, we'll finish with a natural wax. This gives the piece a soft, subtle sheen and adds an extra layer of protection against the wear and tear of daily life. Look at that. The wood is now beautifully enriched, with a finish that highlights its unique character and brings out its natural beauty. The grain pops, the color deepens, and the imperfections are part of the story. But here's where it gets even better, the hardware. For Amish-style furniture, simple, sturdy hardware is key. I've chosen hand-forged iron pulls and simple, robust screws. These details add just the right touch of authenticity and rustic charm without distracting from the wood itself. Once attached, you'll see how every element comes together in harmony, creating a truly functional and beautiful piece. And there you have it, your very own Amish-style reclaimed wood masterpiece. What was once a pile of weathered old barnwood is now a functional, stunning table that will last for generations. This table isn't just a piece of furniture, it's a statement. It tells a story of craftsmanship, of sustainability, and of embracing simplicity in a world full of distractions. What you've created here is truly one of a kind. No two reclaimed pieces are ever the same. Your project has its own unique history, and now it's a part of your story too. And I know, looking at this beautiful piece, you might be thinking, I can do this, and you absolutely can. If you've enjoyed this journey and are ready to create your own reclaimed Amish-style furniture, now is the time to start. You don't need to be a professional woodworker, just a little patience, the right tools, and some reclaimed materials. You have everything you need to build a piece of history. So, what are you waiting for? Take that first step. Gather your materials, pick up your tools, and start building your own masterpiece today. And don't forget, if you found this project inspiring, hit that subscribe button and join me for more DIY woodworking adventures. Because trust me, this is just the beginning.